Welcome to Finish First Financially. Goran Radanovic here. I've got a question from Reddit. I'll quickly read it and give my take on it. Obviously, not financial investment advice. It says, I bought a house 2 years ago. Income situation changed. Can't afford mortgage anymore. I've tried and tried and tried to get better jobs with better pay, but it's just not working. I'm worried about foreclosure and losing a lot. If I try and sell, how do I go about paying the mortgage and everything? I'm kind of lost. Bought the house at 23 with the help of my mom to help her get out of an abusive relationship. She up and bounced back to her awful ex, and now I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss, and I don't want to ruin my future and everything, but I just cannot afford the mortgage payments anymore. I already contacted my mortgage company and to see if we could refinance or anything, and it wouldn't bring the payment down enough to where I could afford it. Please, any advice would be warmly welcomed. Just lost and don't know what to do. I've tried to find a roommate and cannot find one. I've tried Facebook Marketplace and all sorts of other spots. Tried varying rent rates and everything. I live in a very small, out of the way town, so not a lot of people moving here. Okay, so this is actually quite a difficult spot to be in, but not all hope is lost. That's what I can tell you. So the first thing that I would do in this situation is increase my income. And I know that you've mentioned that you've tried to get a higher paying job and that's not working. So if that isn't working, what you need is to supplement your income. And that means getting another job, even if it's part-time on top of the job that you've currently got. So you want any kind of additional income. And after you finish your full-time job, if you go out for a couple of hours at night, every single night, and you work on this on weekends as well, at the very least, you should be able to bring in a couple of $100, surely at least $500. And that's going to help you. So if you can't find a high paying job, supplement your income with a part-time job. That's the first thing. Now, I would have also said that you need to contact your mortgage company and try and make payment arrangements. You've said you've already done that. I think it's definitely a good thing not to keep them in the dark. They need to know what's going on, and they need to know your intention of paying this. And then the other thing that I would do immediately in this situation is I would contact real estate agents, not just one, but all of them in your area, and put the house up for sale. See how much you can get. And the thing about getting a rental agent to put the house up for sale is that they may be able to provide additional services. They're in the industry and they're constantly getting queries about sales and rentals. So you might be able to even get somebody to rent out a room to through these agents. This is what they do for a living. They come into contact with these types of people all the time. And you said you went onto Facebook Marketplace and you've tried several things. I think you're probably going to get better leads from these agents. So while he's busy helping you to sell the house, he might be able to also help you with somebody to rent out to as well, a tenant. So that's different. Obviously, you're going to rent out a room. You're not going to rent out the whole place because you need to live there as well. But they definitely can help you with this. And it's because of situations like this where you get into a problem where you can't afford to pay something, especially your rent or mortgage, which is absolutely crucial, also to buy food as well, is the reason that I suggest that people have a savings account to cover the three essential expenses, which is rental, mortgage, food, and utilities. And these three expenses are absolutely crucial for survival. You need them. And you don't want to be in a tough spot like this where you can't afford to pay your household mortgage. And that's why I always suggest people to save up at least, at the very minimum, 6 months for these essential expenses. If you can save up for even 12 months, much better. Well done to you. But at the very least, you need those 6 months to buy time so that you can find a higher paying job or to supplement your income. That savings account helps you to buy time, and it takes a lot of pressure off of you. So this is why I really am a big proponent of having the savings account for 6 months for those three essential expenses. And if you want to learn how to save up for those three essential expenses and to fast track your debt-free journey, then you can check out my book, From Homeless to Debtless with Savings. I'll put a link in the description below. I wish you all the best.